Excited?
Yes.
I don't think so. Yes. I'll tell you the reason why. Because when DTM Deepa shared the flyer with the caption, "Guess the keynote speaker," and I was watching on Facebook, and everybody was, "Oh, that's going to be Jocelyn, Mariam," and somebody even said, "Sudha Murthy." Friends, I was there in Bahamas, right next to Jocelyn, in this attire with bright red blazer, and nobody could guess my name. Now there's a punishment for that. I request all of you to please get up. There is a very famous dance known as electric slide. I will show you how to do it. Then we will play the music and you can do it right here. So just move right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Left, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I know you can't go back, so you can stand there and do 1, 2, 3, and 4 and touch the ground and come back. Ready? Yes? Yes. Music. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And touch the ground and come back. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Distinguished Toastmaster Deepa, all the district, division, area, club officials, members, my dear friends, good morning. Good morning. I learned these dance steps in Bahamas. I was staying in a very beautiful resort, and every evening between 7 to 9 p.m. we would have happy hours. Free drinks, free food. Now, I don't drink, but I would go there, sit there and watch these guys dance. And this is what they used to do. So one day I went to this guy and said, "Kenny, could you please teach me how to do it?" So he showed the steps, he taught me, and amidst my speech practice sessions, I would practice these steps. So on the final day when I won the second place in the championship, I went back to the resort and they just wanted to celebrate. So they danced and I danced along with them. But then I realized that I'm not doing it properly. So I said, "Kenny, I can't do the way you guys are doing it." So he looked at me and said something very beautiful. He said, "Piano, piano, say Valentino." I said, "Wow, that sounds cool. But Kenny, what does that mean?" He said, "Slowly, slowly, you would go far. Slowly, slowly, you would reach your destination." And that brought a smile on my face because my entire Toastmasters journey revolved around those lines. I joined Toastmaster back in 2007. I joined Talking Matters Toastmasters Club, and one day I gave my icebreaker speech titled, "I don't believe in defeat." So I shared my story. I spoke about my mom, how she raised me and my younger brother when my father passed away. The speech went well. My evaluator came on the stage and said, "What kind of an icebreaker was that? If this is what you're going to do, you will never be a good speaker." Now I was shocked. My very first speech, and my evaluator said that I can't be a good speaker. I left the room. And after a while, I had to leave Qatar due to my visa issues. I came back in 2010. I rejoined the club. And I started taking part in contests. Back in 2011, that was my very first speech contest, and I came second at the area level. My ego shattered a bit. I was not very happy with that. I said, no problem. Let me try one more time. So next year in 2012, I went to one of my mentors and said, sir, this year I have to win. He looked at me and said, don't worry. Any idiot can become a champion. So can you. And I remember every Saturday I would go to his office, sit there for 1.5 hours, work on the speech. And that year, for the very first time, I won the division contest and represented Qatar at Bahrain District Toastmasters Annual Conference, where I competed with some of the brilliant speakers. And guess what? I lost. And that was okay, because it was my first time, so I did not take it very seriously. But somewhere, I wanted to try one more time. 2014, I was pregnant. I took part in the contest. I lost at the division level to the then legendary speaker, Toastmaster Kokha Prasad. How many of you remember him? Yes. But then I was there in the evaluation speech contest. I went to Oman, and everybody would identify me as, oh, that pregnant contestant. 2015, I was right here in Dubai, in Dubai Women's College, representing Qatar in the International Speech Contest Finals, and yes, I lost again. 2016, Abu Dhabi, I lost again to Toastmaster Yusuf. Is he here? 2017, Bahrain. How many of you were there? I lost again to Toastmaster Samira. 2018, Kuwait. I said, this year, my year. I lost again. Now back then it was not easy. Now here, when you have a contest, you lose the contest, you can quietly go to the parking area, take your car and leave. But back then it was not easy, because at the venue itself, there will be people from the different parts of the world who would come to you and say, Nisha, it's okay. I think you should quit. That was at the venue. Now you have to go back to the hotel where other contestants would be staying, and they would look at you and say the same thing. Then you have to go to the airport where there would be another set of people coming to you and say, sit down, I'll tell you how to do it. They will give you all the tips and techniques to improve. And then you go back to Qatar, where there would be another set of people and they would look at you and say, didn't I tell you? (2019), thanks to the Almighty, we had a different district in Qatar. And Qatar had its first District Toastmasters Annual Conference. And I gave a speech titled, The Race, the same speech that I presented in the semi-finals this year. The speech got over, and I was racing towards the washroom when a gentleman stopped me and said, wow, what a brilliant speech that was, and you are a great speaker. I looked at him and said, sir, you remember? You had evaluated my icebreaker speech. Now, I didn't tell him what he had told me in the evaluation. And he said, yes, did I? I'm sure you would have done a great job back then too. I said, yes, sir, I did. I was happy because I won at the District Toastmasters Annual Conference for the very first time in 8 long years. So everybody said, it's Qatar. Nisha had to win. No other competition, right? But then thankfully I came second at the regional quarterfinals, and Toastmaster Kent was the third place winner. And that was the time when only the first place winner could go to the semi-finals, so I could not. I said, no problem. Let me try one more time. 2020, pandemic hit. From the stage speaking, we all moved to screen speaking. I won the district contest again, but could not get anything at the regional quarterfinals. No problem. Let me try again. 2021, I could make it to the semi-finals. Verity and I represented Region 11 at the semi-finals. And I lost. Verity won. 2022, I stood on the global stage at Nashville in the finals of the World Championship of Public Speaking. If you have heard that speech, I don't want your feedback. I lost. 2023, the finals of the World Championship of Public Speaking. After winning the second place, Mark Brown asked me, what were your thoughts when you were standing at the backstage just a moment before your speech? And I said, I was praying that all the 7 contestants go overtime. When I had started my contest journey, I was 31. Now I'm 43. I know I look young, but I am 43. And in this journey, I became a mother of 2 wonderful kids. Those of you who have ever taken part in a speech contest, lost, and decided to quit, don't do that. Dreams do come true, but it would take time. I don't know when I would be winning the coveted title, but I know one thing for sure, that I will win it one day. And in this journey, I learned a couple of things that I would like to share with you. Number 1 is, every dream carries a price tag. Now this price comes in the form of challenges, your responsibilities, criticism. There were people who would come to me and say, oh Nisha, your pronunciation is very bad. Your English is not good. Your speeches are not good. There would be people, your own close friends, who would make fun of you and say, you can't do it. It's not in you. You know what do you have to do with them? You have to stop hanging around with those people. You don't need such negativity in your life. Why don't you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who can see what you see for yourself? Who would tell you, it's okay, get up and do it again. Maybe this time you will hit the jackpot. Surround yourself with those people who would love to see you winning. That is the most important lesson that I learned. Number 2 is, you have to be like a 4-year-old kid when it comes to chasing your dreams. And I had said that in my speech back in Nashville, that when you chase your dream with the same stubbornness and positivity of a 4-year-old kid, you will see your dreams coming true. Have you seen those kids? They don't listen to the negativity, right? How many times would you tell them, don't do that, don't go there? No, they just want what they want. So kids, they don't see obstacles. Kids, they don't listen to negativity. Can we all be just like those 4 and 5-year-old kids who can only see their dreams and goals? And number 3 that I would like to tell each one of you is never, ever give up. We all are running different races. Just now DTM Sujit spoke about the race. We all are running different races, and it is not just about the championship or the contest. Be it anything. Writing a book, starting a business, it's all the different races that we have signed up for. But we have to make sure that we touch the finishing line. You should know what your destination is. And Ralph Smedley had said that the destination determines the direction. So if you don't know where you are going, how will you ever reach there? When I had joined Toastmasters, I had no goal in particular. I just joined because of my love for public speaking. It was only after a while I thought, okay, let me have this goal of become the world champion of public speaking. Let me see if it is possible or not. And over these years, I would look at different champions and I would ask myself, if they can do it, can I do that? And I am telling you, you can do it. It is possible. But it will only be possible when you would continue running. You can take a break. You can jog. You can walk. But make sure that you touch the finishing line and touch it strong. Years of contesting. It was a long run. From Bahrain 2012 to Bahamas 2023, it was a long run. From the icebreaker evaluation that said you can't be a good speaker to the second place winner at the World Championship, it was a long run. From all the doubts and disbeliefs, discouragement, disappointments to this keynote, it was indeed a long run. And standing in front of all these people who have seen me evolving as a speaker, all these familiar faces who have listened to my speeches, given me feedback, cheered for me. This is a moment for me, standing right in front of you and sharing my story. If I had given up in 2012 thinking that I can't make it, today I won't be standing here as a keynote speaker. So this is a moment for me. And how is it possible? Piano, piano, sa Valentino. I can see my fellow contestant, Hashim, sitting here. And there are many others. Don't stop. We may compete again. And God knows who would win. But don't stop. It will happen. And I always tell my son that tomorrow I may compete with him, who knows? Because the way my luck is going on, anything can happen. And he is an eloquent speaker. He would often tell me that, Mom, you need to improve upon your vocabulary. When I came back home after the title, I showed my trophy to my daughter and she said, didn't I tell you need to practice more? So I'm not in a rush. This universe is not in a rush. So don't think of achieving something in a day or two. It may take time. Enjoy the process. Learn from the past mistakes and try to correct it. Do not dwell upon your past thinking that if I had gone to a coach, I would have won. If I had been in another district, I would have won. Just enjoy the process. Learn. You can lock yourself inside a room, cry, but when you come out of that door, make sure that you come up with a stronger determination that you would come back and fight again. I'm a mother of two. Can you even imagine what kind of responsibilities I have? And with all these responsibilities and challenges, I write speeches, I practice, I travel, and I speak. It is not easy. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm sure. And how will you do that? Piano, piano, se va lontano. Slowly, slowly, we all would reach our destination. But to reach our destination, you have to take 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1. Now you may get stuck. Go back. 3 and 4. Touch the ground and come back. Thank you very much.